And invite everybody. Tina. Paste. And Amber. Zoom. Mason, come here. Wait for Tina. Period. Boom. All right, you have to unmute yourself, Tina. Okay.
Okay, I just like tried to start my own Zoom 4 times instead of just putting this. I'm going to ask. I don't know how I was looking.
It's all right. Let's see. Does anybody need to go next so they can hop off real quick? Audrina, you gotta go? Okay, you can go. Unmute yourself and then ask your question.
You just disappeared. Hold on.
There she is.
I don't remember my question. Do you have it?
I do. Yeah, I can. Audrina joined. She joined last month. Okay, she said, what mistakes did you make that you learned the most from, and was there ever a time you just felt stuck completely, and what happened for you to get out of that rut?
Same as somebody else's.
Tina, you're on mute. Tina, you're on mute. Mute, Tina. All right, you're good.
So you heard my like rut story, which happens like every other day. But so is there something that I like at the beginning wish that I had done differently? Is that what you're kind of asking? Or did I totally get that wrong?
It just said, what mistakes did you make that you learned the most from?
Oh God, so many mistakes. Well, at first I made a new Facebook and a new Instagram because I was afraid of what people thought of me posting crazy pictures of people's bellies. And I didn't want my friends and family really seeing, and I was just, I don't know, I was nervous. So I made a new Facebook and a new Instagram, and like within 3 weeks, I'm like, well, that's not working for me. I didn't even have a loyal customer or anything because I looked like a psycho trying to follow people with a new account. Like I looked kind of like a stalker. And like adding people on Facebook, I had like 10 friends. So when I was friend requesting people, they thought I was like stalking them. And so when I went back to my, like, once I finally listened, my uplines told me not to do that, but I didn't listen. And once I did, like 3 weeks later, I started signing loyal customers because I wasn't like afraid anymore of what people thought. So I think the first few weeks, I would have listened to my uplines more because they obviously knew what they were doing. And I would have cared less about what people were gonna think. But when I started, I didn't have the mindset that I was gonna be making, $300 a month. I had no idea what I got myself into. I found this girl on Facebook and I wanted to try the wraps because I had just had a baby. Actually, I had 2 babies that were 18 months apart. So I had 2 C-sections and I'm like, I need to try these wraps. But instead of doing the loyal customer, I spent the extra $40 and did the distributor. So at the beginning, I never really like once I did the wraps, I knew, I was like, whoa, these things work. But I didn't really think I was ever going to like make a business out of this. So I didn't listen to anyone because I just didn't. And I was like nervous of what people thought. And now going back, now knowing that I can actually make this amount of money, going back, I'm like, what the hell? Like those 3 weeks held me back. You know, I could have had my first 4 loyal customers within those 3 weeks, but I never even had one because I didn't like listen to anyone. That's number 1 mistake. Number 2, I would have promoted a lot slower and stronger. Like, yes, I went triple diamond in 13 months. Was it smart? No. I know someone else asked that same question, so I'll probably get into that a little more in depth. But yeah, that's my like number 1 no is building a team fast, because I've built rubies and emerald legs that will quit. And I'm stuck with like nothing. I've lost promotion because I built too fast. So, you know, I built these people and I was placing so many distributors and loyal customers under them that they got used to it. So as soon as they lost rank, they wanted me to do it again and do it for them again. And I'm like, well, I can't because I have to work outside of you, you know? And so once I got that in my head, like, okay, there are some people that just are not going to want this. You cannot hand someone something because then they'll quit. And promoting fast is not smart. If you ask any of us that have promoted fast, we will say, don't do it. It's harder. It's so much harder to maintain and, you know, have, I don't know how to explain it because I know you're new, so I don't want to like get too like scary too much. But I would highly recommend taking your time and building relationships with people. So if you start to talk to a potential distributor, don't expect them to sign within the first month or 2 of you talking to them. Make sure you build a relationship and they trust you and you have a relationship with them. You know about their family, you know their why before they sign up. You know that this is something that they want to do. Listen, I post on Facebook and Instagram. I add new people on Facebook and Instagram. I don't care what people think because they're not paying my bills. I tell them all of that before they sign up, because what's the point of them signing up if they're not going to do anything? You know, if they sign up and they're like, well, crap, I didn't know it was going to be like, I'm on a friggin' face-to-face meeting every week. Well, I told you that. Like, our team is super close and we are very helpful and almost too helpful. We might, you know, scare you off a little, but I want people to know that what they're getting into, because there's no point in them signing up if they don't know what they're getting into. So I like talking to potential distributors longer than the month or 2. Like, that just freaks me out to have someone sign up that fast, because I'm like, they don't, you know, they need to watch me longer and know what I do. Exactly. Rachel said it's not a race to the top. It's harder to promote fast. It's much harder and it's very stressful. So if you are trying to be in this, like, and get to the top, which I hope that all of you are, you know that you can make over $10,000 a month, like, even though you don't think so. What was that? Ew, I hate spiders. But, you know, you guys have to realize, like I didn't when I first started, you have to realize that this is doable. Like, this amount of money is real. And it's from using your phone. And it's too easy to do. So, like, you guys talk about ruts and, you know, being stuck and everything. And it's like, this is just too easy. You get on there every day, you follow, you add, you post, and you message people. Like, the rut, I mean, I don't care if you're in a rut, but pretend that you're not, I guess. Pretend that you're not. Do it every single day, because if you're not, you're going to get deeper in a rut and it's going to be harder to pull yourself out. I mean, I have a girl that's like super close to diamond and like could go diamond this month, and she's in a rut. And I'm like, oh my God, like she's missing a $5,000 bonus. She's like so close. And I'm like, just because she's, you know, she got into that rut and she's like not pulling herself out. And it stinks seeing that, because I'm like, God, they don't understand. Like your check goes up like almost $2,000 or $1,500. It will go up in 1 month. But like there's been months that mine's gone up like 4,000 in 1 month, 5,000 in 1 month, 6,000 in 1 month. And you just look and you're like, well, what the hell did I do to earn this? And really, you're not doing much of anything. And that's why I'm like, when people are like, oh, you know, you're stuck in a rut. I'm like, this amount of money that I make, like I did the average before between Brian and I, it was $700 a day. A day. His full-time job, he wasn't making that in a week. It's insane. And I'm sitting on my phone, like with my kids around me. It's ridiculous for people to get in a rut enough to show people that they're not going to post. So if you're in that rut, and you know, I was miserable the other day, but I was still posting so that people wouldn't think that, you know, my business isn't working for me. I'm like, I'm going to fake it till I make it, whatever. This is too easy to make this amount of money, way too easy. And to get to this point, it should take a lot longer than it did for me. So don't compare yourself, or else you're gonna go crazy. Like I wish that I took it way slower, because it would have been a lot easier. I wouldn't have been so stressed out. But you just have to know, like if it takes you 4 years to make $3,000 a month from your phone, that's $3,000 a month for posting on social media. Like it's not that difficult. And it's 300 or 3,000 extra dollars a month, like on top of those jobs that you guys already have. I mean, my husband and I, we both don't work. This guy came over today to spray for bugs, and he's like, so how long did you guys go away for? I'm like, yeah, we went away for a month. He's like, what? I'm like, yeah, we went to Cape Cod. I'm from Massachusetts, and we went on vacation for a month. He's like, what do you guys do for work? I'm like, we don't, kind of. Like, we don't work, but we do, you know, we have our phones with us. Do you want to know the truth? I'm posting on social media. You know, I'm like, we went on vacation, we were gone for over a month, and you can do whatever you want. You're literally on your own time. So that rut, it's either you're in that rut and you're stuck and nothing's going to change for years, or you pretend you're not in that rut and cry yourself to sleep like I do. And even if you have nothing going on in your life that you need to be crying about, like, whatever. But don't let people see that. When I feel like crap, I post an inspiring quote. I'll look like on Google, I'm like one of those psychos that's like Google image. And, you know, if I'm thinking about something stupid, that's what I'll like type into Google image, and I'll find something that will pull me and like, you know, inspire me. And then it also like inspires other people. It sounds dumb, but guys, this money is like so real. I don't even know how to explain it. You just have to stick with it, and it doesn't matter how long it takes. Okay. Do you have any other questions? Because I know you had to hop on.
Yeah, like I do, but I mean, there's a lot. It's just the whole rut thing. Like when you said the inspiring post thing, that's kind of what I found myself doing. And then I just thinking about your. Uh-oh.
Hold on. I couldn't hear the last of that. Caitlin, could you hear the rest of that?
Yeah, inspiring thing. You said that when you get in a rut and you find yourself like depressed and whatever, I usually find myself doing the same thing with the inspiring post, and that's usually how I get bites.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I have like really bad problems with, I always have, like poor Brian, he has to go through me, and it's just, I'm a mess. But then I get like these people that, I had one of my old distributors that quit message me that day that I was like sitting here crying all day long, and she's like, I need help. And it was just, you know, one of my old distributors that quit. I don't even personally know her. And she's like, I know you know everything about, you know, my husband and I I don't know what to do anymore. And I'm like, dude, I'm the wrong person to talk to right now. Like right then I'm like, I'm going nuts, but I'll help you, and I was just talking to her. And this is one of my old distributors. That's why I'm saying, like, the biggest thing you can do is make friendships with these people. Even if she quits, it's not for her. That's fine. We still talk all the time. And she comes to me for advice. I mean, I might not be in the right state of mind to be giving advice, but that's the kind of like thing that is nice about this business is you're making friends. So when you do feel like you're down or in a rut, reach out to someone, get help, because you're not alone. We all are like that. I mean, every single one of us, even if you don't think so, like every single one of us has been stuck before. So, but it's just like up to you guys. What do you want out of this? Do you want to, can you pretend? Like if you're having a crappy day, can you pretend and, post that inspiring quote and then, get off your phone for a little bit, post a before and after, and then talk to your upline. That's what we're here for. We're here to like pull you out. And you have so many uplines, so many of us. You don't just have those people that you enrolled under,
Well said. Okay, I think we're going to move on to the next.
Okay.
Stephanie, do you want to go now? She said, hold on. She's moving.
Yeah, sorry. My husband's
Okay.
watching the show.
Do you remember your question?
It was if you could give yourself one piece of advice in the first year, what would be like your biggest piece of advice to yourself?
If you could give yourself a piece of advice for your first year, what would it have been?
Slow down. Do what I was doing, not slow down like business wise, but stop thinking that I had to promote right then and there, because I don't think it's smart to think I have to go. Like, I know, of course, I wanted to go triple diamond within whatever, but if I now knowing like building strong is so much better than building yourself, like, and focusing on filling your own chart, it's more of a leadership thing. And, once you have a distributor under you, you teach them how to be a leader. You teach them how to work their business instead of putting it all on yourself. Because if you put it all on yourself, you're going to lose rank. And that's what I did. I was doing so much placing and, not enough leadership to teach my distributors how to do what I'm doing. That's what I would go back and I would fix. I wouldn't do it all myself. I would make more leaders out of my teammates and make sure that they're getting loyal customers and they're getting distributors, and I'm not doing it by myself just to lose rank after a few months of having it. And as soon as I turned that around and I realized, like, okay, I can't do this on my own. I need my leaders to step up. And I went to them and I said, listen, your team is my team, but I'm not going to lead your team by myself. So if you don't step up and help, this is like literally how I am. I said, if you don't step up and help, I'm going to delete you and your team off of my team page and you can have your own. And as soon as I said that, I swear within 1 month, I got my rank back because my leaders stepped up and they made leaders out of their teams.
You scared the crap out of me when you did that.
I did.
Oh my God. I was like, okay, you guys.
Yeah, I was freaked out. But, I was like, I'm not doing this by myself. It's Tina's team page, but your team is on my team page. So I'm not doing this all on my own. And if you want to have your own team page, go ahead. And that, as soon as I said that, and my leaders stepped up and they started helping me on the team page and they started hosting their own Zooms and their own meetings, conference calls, and helping their distributors. That's when I got my rank back, is because I wasn't doing it all by myself. Does that make sense? So I would slow down. I would not do everything by myself. I would make, my leadership would have stepped up much sooner, and my bluntness and just being like, listen, I'm pretty blunt. But I wasn't at the beginning. I just, if someone wasn't doing it, I would build them to Ruby and then they'd quit. And I'd be like, oh crap, now I have to build a new Ruby, And now I'm like, oh hell no, I'm not building you to Ruby by myself. No, I'm going to place 2 distributors and that is it. So you need the other 3. I just won't do it because I'm like, I'm not going to give someone else a promotion when I could be working outside of them on new rubies, you know, and someone meet me halfway and help me. So slow down. Don't think this is not a race to promote. I know that you all need money. You need that so bad right now, but it's like, this is a side business at the beginning. This is a side job. It's around your schedule, your time. You have time every day. So some people are like, I don't have a second in the day. And I'm like, I have a single mom who is a single mother of 2, works 2 jobs and goes to school full time and is a surrogate mother. And she still does this every single day. So I'm like, tell me you don't have time. Like, let me hook you up with one of my distributors. You know, you have at least 5 minutes a day. I don't care what anyone says. There's 5 minutes in your day that you can be setting up your posts on Instagram on airplane mode or checking the team page for, you know, and then ahead of time, you know that your Zooms are this night at this time, you know, put it in your planner. That is your work day. Conferences, like there's only 2 conferences during the year. Those should be in your planner right now because we know the dates of them. And that is your priority to get on your TV for those whatever hours it is. I mean, it's like 7 months away or whatever, right? 7, I don't know, whatever. It's in February. 6 months. Okay. It's 6 months away. So every single one of you needs to put that in your calendar. Those are mandatory work days in this business. And there's not that many mandatory work days. Now, conference, you need to watch. So like it's certain things like that. Like there's time every day in your day to work your business, but there's those 2 times during the year that you need to be 100% giving your time to conference. And it's only twice a year. That's what I tell my team. I said, that's mandatory. That's like, you know, you don't show up today, you're done kind of thing. But yeah, just to basically slow down and not compare yourself to others. I have my friends that signed up after me that have gone Ambassador Diamond. And I've been at Triple for over a year. So, I mean, yeah, I've compared myself, but then I thought about it and I'm like, you know, that's not my journey. I'll get there. Like, it doesn't matter. I want to do it with a strong team. I don't want to do it fast and then like have legs breaking down everywhere. That's not how I want to work my business. I want to be strong and I don't want to lose rank. Sorry. Caitlin?
I'm here. Yep.
All right. We can go to the next person. I know it's getting like late for you.
Okay. Ashley Schaefer. You have to unmute yourself. Sid, stop it. There you go.
I feel like you already answered the question like a lot. But my question is, if you had to start all over with all the knowledge you have now, what would you do to build your business?
The number one thing would be not care about what anyone thinks. Like friends, family, I don't care I've had people make fun of my business and me not even realize it. Like within the first, I think, month of my business, I was like so nervous about what people thought. But then after that, I literally made jokes of it. Like, so if someone said something to me like, my God, you're really obsessed with these like frigging wrap things, I'd be like, haha, yeah, like, you want to try one? You know, I automatically it didn't dawn on me that they were like making fun of me. Because they probably were making fun of me. And now, like, I look back, I'm like, oh, they were definitely making fun of me. But then I look now and I'm like, who's making fun of who? You know, I'm one of the top 300 income earners and I did this within a couple of years. Well, they were just like, oh my gosh, you're so obsessed with these wrap things. And I'm like, I just made jokes of it. I'm like, yeah, you want to try one? Like, let's wrap your thighs. I just like make jokes about it. And that's one thing, my first month, I wish that I didn't do that my first month because I feel like it held me back so much just in that 1 month. Just like thinking, oh my God, what are my friends going to think about this and blah, blah, blah. But then I'm like, I didn't realize that I was going to be making this amount of money. So I get why people make fun of us because it's not normal to make $15,000 from your phone every month. It's not normal. I mean, people do look at us like we're crazy. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Like, it does look like a scam, but it's not. It's, it's real. So I kind of understand why people make fun of us and why they're so, like, negative about it, because they're working their asses off outside 40 hours a week making, if maybe $500 a week, while I'm making $700 a day at home with my kids, taking them to the zoo and parks and, swimming and stuff. I'm like, we look crazy. We look like, I don't know. It looks very strange to people, and it's true. I mean, I get it. I'm like, I know where you're coming from. It does look unreal that I make the amount of money I do because I have fun. I do what I want. And so I kind of like just understand where people are coming from. And I kind of just laugh with them because I'm like, yeah, it does seem too good to be true. But I'm still getting paid. But yeah, that's the biggest thing, is just don't care what people think. Don't care how long it takes you. And don't slow down. Like, just work every single day. Consistency.
Good. Is that good enough, Ashley? Good? Yes? Okay. Chelsea Carnes is on here. Or she, yeah, there you go. All right, you want to ask your question?
Yeah, I came in a weird time. Did you say you work your business strictly from social media, or do you go out face to face too?
I'm pretty social media based.
Have you gone out face to face?
Oh yeah. I mean, I do. Brian's more into that than I am. But I mean, I do, but it's not in the way that I'm blitzing people. I just have conversations with them. Like, if I'm out, yeah, like Brian doesn't like the word blitz because he thinks that it's like just overwhelming as it is. Just the word blitz is like football, scary. He said it's intimidating. But what I do is, if I'm out at the park or whatever and my kids are playing with other kids, I'll talk to the mom and we just talk. We have a conversation. I'm usually wearing a shirt. And I get questions all the time about my shirt, all the time.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I've done most of this because if you think about it, you can go out and you can meet 5 people or even 25 people. But on social media, you post one picture, and if you have 4,000 followers, 4,000 followers are seeing that. Like, it's just so much easier and you reach so many more people. But when you are out, of course, open your mouth about it. I mean, I don't stop talking about it. I'm at swimming lessons and I'm like, yeah, Brian's at home today, just doing this. Like, he doesn't have a job. It's kind of weird.
Do you ever come across a question you don't know how to answer?
Oh God, yeah. Like, all the time.
How do you deal with that? How do you get in? How do you keep them interested?
And I'll say, to be honest with you, I've never been asked that before, and I really don't even know how to answer it. I'm just like, so you have to be real with people.
Straightforward.
Yeah, if you don't know, then just be like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I have no idea. Usually I'm behind my phone. Make a joke of it. Usually I do this stuff through Messenger, so it gives me time to think. Okay, you're putting me on the spot right now. Kind of intimidating. Just be like real with people. I've done that. Like, I remember it was at a wrap party before, and some lady's like, what do you mean they're equivalent to 50 cartons of blueberries? Like, I feel like that would be, and I'm like, you're just like trying to find something that I'm not going to respond to because I don't even know what to say to that, I'm like, 50 carton of blueberries. Like, I'm like, oh, shut your face. But I'm just like, you just laugh it off and just be like, nah, this is why I like social media. And you can say that to them and make a joke of it. If you feel like you're like caught off guard and you're like, shit, what do I say? Just be like, see, you know how I told you I work my business through social media and I have a really close team? You had asked me that through Messenger. I probably would have gone to my upline and asked how to answer it because that's how our team is. We're very helpful, and just turn it into that.
Okay.
My team always has my back 24/7. I can message anyone. They'll help me. But you just asked me to my face, and I don't have an upline next to me. So, hold on a second. Let me call her. I mean, just make jokes about it. You have to be real with people.
Okay. I have one more if you don't mind.
Yeah, you're
Are you consistent with like working consistent every day, all day on your phone, or
Oh,
do you
God,
have
no.
a certain set time?
Consistent every day. Yes. I work every single day. There's not been a day that I have not worked. But no, God, no. During the day, like I have a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old. Hell no. There's no consistency.
Do you have like a set time, or is it just whenever you get a chance?
I say if you're doing a Zoom, make sure it's after 8 o'clock Central, because I'm not having my children in my face while I try and talk to people. I need them to be in bed, or, but I work with people's schedules. Like if I have a distributor that's like, listen, I work day and I work night. I got to get on at 8 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, oh man, that's 7 o'clock my time. But I'm like, I'll do it for you. So I like get on like as soon as I wake up. And I'm like, hi. I'll do it for people, but I don't have any I'm the most unorganized person in the world. I'm not even going to lie to you. Ryan just probably giggles and walks away. I'm so unorganized. Very, very unorganized.
Thank you.
But I do work every single day. That's one thing. Like, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. I do. And a lot of it is at night when my kids are in bed, because I can't think when they're awake. Like, I'll answer questions, messages and stuff, but not much.
Thank you.
What'd you say?
I said thank you.
Oh, yeah. No problem.
Okay. Kristen, are you there? Yeah, she's there. If you want to go, you can.
Okay. Mine was, what was mine? How do you get around the stigma of, like, you're just another salesperson just trying to sell stuff? Like, I've started up, like, conversations and, like, talking about the posts that they make about their lives and stuff, and then I'll, like, work it in, but then after that, they're just like, no, or they just stop replying, and they just completely shut me down.
Is this, like, cold messaging or people you know?
People I know.
Okay.
I've not messaged anybody that I don't know yet. I've been doing this for a week and a half, so.
Oh. Okay, never mind. All right. So you are going to realize really fast that these people know that you're not making money yet, because you've been in for a week and a half. If you're trying to talk to them, are you talking about the products or the business?
Right now it's just a product, so I'm not trying to. I've done actually I've done one wrap so far, but I know, like, my mom's done wraps. I know so many people that have done it already.
Okay.
So I have their testimonies to use as well as what I've seen. As you can see, I had a baby 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
So my first wrap went really well, and like I've been doing that. I haven't posted like my before and after like online, but I've like sent it and just showed people like this is what happened with just one, and I literally just had a baby. So
okay, I think that you are amazing for being on this after a week and a half of signing up, first of all, because my first month I didn't even look at our team pages. I didn't listen to a word anyone said. I did not. It was bad. 3 weeks.
Oh.
Thank you. I don't know. What's his name?
What's his name?
Jackson.
Action Jackson.
He's so cute. Oh my god.
Thank you.
Shoot, I don't even know what I was saying. Oh yeah, your first week and a half. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. My first week and a half, I was like so nervous. Like, if my phone went off, I'm like, Ashley, what do I say? Like, I have no idea what I'm doing. But I never went on conference calls. I never used the team pages or anything for my first month. So you're already ahead of the game by asking for help. But these people want to see that this is real, and they want to know that you're using the wraps. It's totally, you have to be a product of the product at the beginning for people to realize it, because everyone is skeptical. I mean, we were all skeptical before we did this. Every single one of us had. I know that we were all a little nervous. Brian, shut up. You weren't, because you didn't do anything. But yeah, so you've been in for a week and a half, so you need to get those wraps on. You need to show people, get your results in. and just talk about the products a lot. But the business part, like if you are trying to talk about the business, which I didn't do life posts at the beginning, which is another thing that I regret. Just like little crazy life posts, like
Yeah.
even having friendships, like having all this support, that's a life post. Because like I said before, there's a bunch of moms out there that sit at home with their kids all day and have no friends. So talk about that. You know, you just started your business. They know you're not making money yet. So you might as well make something out of it. You know, I've gained so many friends already, like the support that we have, stuff like that. That's a life post. It's not lying about, you know, I'm not making a dime, but you don't have to say that. You can, you know, there's other things in this business that stand out to people, and it's not just money. It's like helping people and having great leadership above you and your team support. So talk about that too. But yeah, you've only been in a week and a half. You got this. I didn't have a loyal customer for the first 3 weeks. So
I've got one.
you do already.
Mom.
Ooh, awesome. I had to talk my mother-in-law to doing it. I'm like, please. But yeah, you know what you're doing. Just keep staying plugged in. If there's a Zoom, get on it. If there's a conference call, get on it. Because the sooner you do that kind of stuff, the sooner you're going to realize that you're going to end up being in one of our shoes. You know, like anyone that you hear that's going, like making this amount of money, like if that's what you want to do, you can do it. You just have to know that you need to be plugged in. So as soon as I started using the team page is when I saw more success. And I'm like, holy smokes, this person's making $2,000 by doing this. And then I'm like, when I got my $6,000 paycheck, I'm like, is this real? Like, I remember being like, like Brian and I both just started bawling our eyes out. We're like psycho. But then when it was like over 17,000 in 1 month, it was like, is this like, what the hell are we doing? This is so weird. You know, it's not normal. This is not normal. So just know that even though you're at the beginning, like, don't count yourself out for being in the position to be making that amount of money from your phone, because it's real. As long as you stick with it. Because I posted something the other day, like, I think it's, what is it, 90% of or 88% of distributors quit in their first 3 months or something crazy. Like a huge, so when you see that people aren't successful, I'm like, you know, it works didn't work for me. No, you didn't work for it works because you gave up. And I've had friends that, like, literally one of my friends has seen me get an email saying this was deposited into your account because she never believed me. And she was one of my Ruby legs, and she quit after and called it a scam. And I'm like, well, how does that work? And I was like, I remember posting on social media about it. And I was like, listen, if this didn't work for you, just admit that you gave up. Because the only reason this doesn't work for people is if they give up and if they slow down and they aren't consistent. It's the only reason it doesn't work. And that was that killed her that I said that, because I'm like, you're like a personal friend of mine. You saw how much I got paid. She's the only people. Oh my God, 2-minute warning. I'm so bad. I talk way too much. But yeah, so it doesn't work for people who give up, but it's going to work for people if they stick with it, even through the hard times. We've all had hard times. But I'm sorry, I have to go to the next person. Thank you, Kristen.
Thank you.
It's all right. Everybody that is on has asked their question. I just want to ask one question real quick. How do you think your business is going to change once the baby's here?
Oh my God. I'm so excited for the baby to get here, because I'm going to be up in the middle of the night. And like, that's when my business was rocking, when I was like at night. I'm breastfeeding, I'm on my phone. Now I'm like 9 o'clock hits and I want to go to bed. There's other moms up breastfeeding on their phones, on social media. That's how I found Ashley in the beginning. That's how I found my upline. I was nursing Anna through the night, and Ashley was nursing Braylon, and she was on Facebook, and I added her from a breastfeeding website. So I'm just wicked excited to see, because I'm lazy right now and tired. And so I do my work. I do most of my work from like 8 o'clock till, the girls go to bed. And then after that, I'm like, or 8 o'clock, that's when the girls go to bed, till like 11 o'clock. And then I'm like, all right, I'm done. But I know that I'm going to be up all night long with the baby. So might as well work during that time instead of watching TV. I haven't watched TV in like forever. That's one thing. Like, I don't I don't know. I'm on my phone at night. That's my work time because I don't do much during the day. So I'm excited when the baby, like my friend had a baby last year. She went double diamond the month the baby was born, and then triple diamond the month after the baby was born.
Wow.
That's like one of my best friends. So the babies, like some people use it as an excuse. I'm like, shit, I'm up all the time. You know, I'm up. I'm nursing. I'm changing a poopy diaper. Like, cool. I get to talk to moms that are doing the same thing right now at 3:00 in the morning. It's awesome. And then